Bring it back.
So today I am going to be pulling the governor off of my bike, completely winging it today. Take off the chain guard, so chain tensioner, this screw, I hot glued it up there, so rip this off. Then pretty much all we have to do from there, I want to take off this fender for more access, and then drain plug's right there, drain the oil out, that should be good. Then put the motor on its side, then crack all the bolts here, pull them all off, pull this cover off incredibly carefully, I cannot break this gasket, and then fill oil back up, good. Oh, and taking off the governor, I've watched a few videos, there's a little clip in it, pull it. Alright guys, so I just got all of this taken off. Took me 6 minutes apparently, but got that off and the rear fender off. So now I got exposed chain and clutch and this piece that I am looking to take off today. So the oil is draining, just made a complete mess of this. Since my bike is leaning this way and I'm retarded, it all just like came over this way, as you can see. Spilled all over the floor. And I'm just gonna pick up the front of the bike, get some oil to fall out, and then I'm gonna get ripping on this. So just got done draining all of the oil. As you can see, just, you know, a little bit of oil there. Push that off to the side. But anyway, got to start cracking open this. So I finally have the bike on its side. That was another complete mess because my gas tank was completely full and I couldn't really figure out how to take off the fuel line that goes to the carb off for a little bit, but I got that off. I spilled minimal fuel, so I got all my fuel in this empty tennis ball can. I've read up on some forums for this motor. Should rev to about 6 grand once I remove this. Alright, so I just got all the bolts off of the cover, or all the bolts holding that cover on. I just got the clutch off. I am now going to be leaving in 5 minutes to go to lunch and pick up some RTV, and then I will finally be taking this cover off. It's already cracked open, already messed up the gasket. Get lit. But got the clutch off, pretty sick. Here's the clutch. There's the bolt and this huge washer that's holding it on. This is generally pretty easy. Only struggle I had with taking off the clutch was, I didn't think of this, but you have to hold the motor still. It's pretty obvious, but I really didn't think of it. So I had to take that cover off. Same one I took off when I was painting. And then size 17 on this nut right here. I just took, you know, socket wrench, threw that on there. And then I came over to this side and I took this little wrench. So I just used this, threw that over it, and then I had no leverage, so I got this huge pipe, and I was working some ultimate leverage over here, and then just loosening the socket wrench over there, spinning the motor, in turn, loosening the bolt, in turn, taking off my clutch, in turn, when I come back, I will be taking off this cover and removing my governor. This thing's gonna rip. I really do hope it goes at least like 40. I will be disappointed if it only goes like 35 or something. I'd be pretty mad. Alright, so I just got back. I picked up the liquid gasket stuff at the local AutoZone right here. So I'm about to crack open this cold one right here. I got the clutch off. All pretty good. So pretty much just have to take this off. Alright, so it's been taking some serious persuasion with the mallet, but this is finally coming off now. Because for a while, I was pretty much just yanking on it. So let's see. Okay. So, there we go, just cracked open this cold one. Honestly, this is one of the harder cold ones I've had to crack. So now, this is the governor right here, this gear. When it spins, these weights and stuff, these weights and then this little thing in the middle pushes out. Once I show you guys inside the motor where the linkage is, when that pushes out, that pushes and backs off the throttle. And since this is connected to the motor, this obviously goes in turn with the motor so that it like perfectly limits the revs of the motor. So here's the inside of a cold one right here. You can see you got your output shaft. You can see right in there, that is your conrod. Here's your camshaft gear. I'm pretty sure the rule is always like the cam gear is twice the size of this gear. That looks about right to me. Here is the governor linkage. So pretty much how this governor works is, so this gear right here has these weights on it and this little plastic piece. When this spins, as the engine's spinning it, these weights move out, this plastic piece pushes outwards. Now this gear sits right about here so that when that plastic piece pops out, it pushes against this arm. That arm is in turn, that arm is connected to this here throttle so that as the engine gets to a certain RPM, that piece pops out and that backs off the throttle. But I'm going to be taking this governor out. I'm pretty sure there's a clip in there somewhere. Alright, so I actually had absolutely no idea how to remove this little plastic piece that was in there. So this is the piece before that sat like that. I jammed this flathead down under the plastic piece and just kept cracking on it like that. And I'm pretty sure I cracked the gear itself, so if you want to save your governor gear, do not use my method. But that was my way. I just kept like moving the screwdriver around under it, just cracking it up until I moved the weights like all the way sideways. And then this is all loose, I just pulled it up with some pliers. So now we got that piece out of the way. And now, oh, there's still a washer in there. Now there is a little clip, apparently, as I'm told by YouTube, that you have to remove that's under this washer, if I can even get it out. But there's a clip under there, and you have to take off that clip, and then this entire gear should come off, and then I can start reconstruction of my motor. The gasket's actually still pretty good, but I'm still going to use that sealer on it. Going fine here. So yeah. Okay, so I just took that washer off, and now you guys probably can't see it. But down at the bottom of this little piece right here, at the very bottom, there's a tiny little clip going around it. So I'm going to have to find something super tiny and kind of pry that apart. So search for tools right now. Okay, so I still haven't removed that clip, but I just took the pliers and kept like gnawing at this gear because I already cracked it when I took off that little piece. And that's off, so now I have perfect access to the clip now. It's at the bottom. I still can't see it. The gap is like right there. This is the bottom half of the governor, so I pretty much took off most of it. So take off that clip now with perfect access. Let's go. So I finally have this done. Oh, my camera just about to die. So got governor off. Clip was a pain. Alright, so I'm going to be filming the rest of this video on my phone because my camera right there died. Tell me if you guys want me to film with my phone more. I'll definitely use it. That ring was an absolute pain. I had to get my brother to come out and help here. And my brother is really not the best helper, but towards the end he was a really big help. You know, it just was easier to have an extra person. So there is the post where the ring was. Pretty much to get the ring out, there was that chunk of plastic right there was right down there, and then the ring was right above it. So I had to get this flathead here. It's covered in a paper towel because it's oily. I had to keep hitting the flathead with a hammer until it got under the plastic, like in between the plastic and the ring, and I had to use the plastic as like leverage so I could go like that and keep pushing up onto the ring until it stretched down enough so that my brother could hold one flathead under one end of the split ring and hold that up, and then I could go on the other side and then just popped it up. Absolute pain, especially because that I tried so many other ways of getting that ring off before I got to that, and I ended up cutting my hand, and I freaked out about that because my hands were covered in grease. But that's sick. I'm about to start putting this together. I'm not really going to film putting it together because it's kind of a hassle to wash off my hands every time so I can touch my phone. So this is the last you're going to see the inside of this cover, unless my motor blows up. And here is the inside of the motor. Shoot. There's all that. Quality of my videos looks so good through my phone. I'm honestly going to start filming it this much more. There's that. About to throw that cover back on. Oh, I have to put the gasket stuff on there. Learn how to use that. Throw that back on, and that'll be good. I'm leaving the stock gasket on there because it's not really messed up at all. So it'll be all good. I'm just gonna put gasket sealer on top of that right there. That'll be sick, and then, you know, just whole 9 yards putting everything else back on before my mom gets home in like 30 minutes. So wish me luck. Yeah. So as you can see, got everything all back put together. Only thing I've not done is put the oil back in because I read the package for like the sealer stuff, the gasket, liquid gasket stuff, and it said to wait 24 hours before you throw some liquid at it. So I'm just gonna let it sit overnight. I don't really need it done right now, but then I'm probably just gonna put oil in like tomorrow morning or something. But I'll probably do a helmet cam whenever I pull the oil in this thing. See you guys tomorrow. Stay tuned to see this thing rip, and see you next time. Alright guys, so this is about to be the very first startup without the governor. I just poured some fuel back in it. I just put the oil in. So it started first try, it's idling, I'm having no problems as I see right now. That's pretty successful. Check for oil leaks. I'm just gonna let this thing warm up. I'm gonna throw the camera on my helmet, and I'm about to go take this thing for its first ride without the governor. So I'll see you guys there. You